Hey guys, so last night I went and saw another double feature. What a shock! I know it's becoming a recurring theme. Although this week I'll be doing only seeing one movie this coming weekend, and and what's actually kind of funny is that I'll get into this later, but this is actually a weekend I was kind of hoping we would get a double feature. But of course, when I want to see two movies, there's two movies I really want to see. Of course, we only get one of them. Regal. The Regal go to always chooses to play one movie and not the other. Whatever. I'll get into that later on. But this is this has been the last couple weeks has been kind of good and bad. I've seen a lot of good and I've seen a lot of bad, and like to the point that like this week it took me a while before I went to the theater this week because I'm just kind of burned out by movies in general, uh, especially with all the bad movies I've sat through the last couple weeks, um, like Legend of Tarzan and Free State of Jones, and Independence Day Resurgence, just to name a few. But I this week I went and saw the first one I saw was Secret Life of Pets. I had to think about that for a second. Um, this is a movie, but by that, for God's sakes, I've gotten trailers for this for I swear to God for a year straight, and I was convinced at one point that this movie would never come out. Like I was like, when the fuck is this thing coming out? Because I've seen the trailers for this non-stop. It's like it was driving me nuts. I've seen like the not the same trailers, but a lot of the a lot of the same ones were repeated after like a few months for a few months. Um, at least we got like one or two different trailers for this thing. I'll give it that. But like a lot of the trailers had the same scenes, like the poodle head banging poodle and all that shit like that. I've seen that so many damn times. I don't ever need to see it again. But like I thought the movie looked fine. I thought it looked like it would be kind of cute. It was like, all right, it's Toy Story, but with pets. You get to see what pets like, kind of a absurd version of what pets do all day while we're gone. I was like, I get behind that. I have pets. I have a dog. I've had dogs. I've had cats. I'm a animal person. So I mean, this movie would be kind of right up my alley. And you know what? I kind of like this, but I really like this movie. It was cute. It was really cute. I am actually going to be seeing this again in the next few days with my niece, who's a 2-year-old niece. I actually can't wait to see it again because I really enjoyed this film. It's not a movie that really exactly reinvented the wheel. It's something that has been done before. I mean, like it's not a story that hasn't been done before. Like it is basically, like I said, Toy Story, but it's still pretty goddamn funny. I didn't think about that throughout the whole thing. I actually kind of really dug the movie. I kind of got behind the characters and kind of got behind the story enough that I really generally enjoyed it. I thought the voice casting in this movie was pretty goddamn spot on. Pretty good. I liked Kevin Hart as Snowball. I thought that was pretty freaking funny. I like this evil, maniacal bunny rabbit who he leads an underground group of animals that want to take over the human race. What the fuck? Why not? Like the little adorable bunny rabbit. I kind of got behind that. And Kevin Hart was kind of fun in that, like voicing that. It's kind of funny that Kevin Hart was voicing that, and it was pretty funny. Louis C.K. as Max, who, I mean, you can tell like that's Louis C.K. for fuck's sake. There are a lot of times throughout this movie that like you can tell that's you don't have to tell me who that person is, like who's voicing that. I can tell from just the voice, like Louis C.K. Playing Max, and also Jenny Slate playing Gidget. I love Gidget, by the way. I thought that was a funny character. That was one of my favorite funny. She's like this dog that lives next door to Max, and she is in love, secretly in love with him, and Max doesn't even really know she exists, and she watches like Spanish soap operas and shit like that all the time. That's kind of funny. And also, one of my favorite characters, probably my favorite character in this movie, was the character Chloe, the big giant fat cat that you see throughout the trailers and stuff like that. Like, just because of how well they captured her personality, like a cat's personality with this character. I liked all the weird ticks that cats have. Although this movie, that's one of the things I love about this movie, is that it pretty much captures perfectly like the weird ticks that all the animals have: dogs, cats, birds, hamsters, like anything like that. Anybody who's had a pet before, like especially a dog or a cat, would know that like cats and dogs really do a lot of the weird shit that they do in this movie, and it's kind of funny watching it. Like I said, Chloe was, at first I thought was being voiced. I swore that sounded like Maya Rudolph. I went the whole movie thinking that was Maya Rudolph. No, that's Lake Bell playing her. I'm like, wow, all right. I was like, damn. I didn't recognize her. Seriously, tell me that did not sound like Maya Rudolph. Watch that movie and think that does not sound like Maya Rudolph. And I thought that would have been perfect, but Lake Bell did really freaking really good. Also, Dana Carvey voices the Pops, that dog who's paralyzed, that old dog that's paralyzed that you see in the trailers. I didn't realize that until after the movie that was him. That was unrecognizable. Dana Carvey's very good at doing voices, so I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, like I said, I like. Uh, I'm trying to think of something here. I like that this movie. The best way to describe this movie for me, why I liked it, was that it took that character Doug from the movie Up, the dog Up, and how it perfectly captured what that movie helped perfectly capture what I could only imagine goes through the mind of a dog. Well, take that and basically make it an hour and a half movie. That's what it felt like. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, a lot of these characters, like the dogs in this movie, are chasing squirrels, and they hate squirrels. They are chasing butterflies. They're talking, and they easily get distracted by butterflies. Shit like that. That made me fucking laugh. Stuff like little stuff like that made me laugh. If you're anybody who's a pet owner, probably will enjoy this. Just how goofy it is, and how kind of almost true to what, like, kind of realistic, and how animals, all the weird shit animals do. Like I said, that's the stuff I got to kick out of the most. Also, this movie has some kind of dark elements to it. Yeah, it does. Particularly what the fuck happened to that Viper in the movie. Oh my god, that was horrible. That was really horrible. Good god. There's this Viper that when they go down to the underground world of the underground layer of where Snowball and them live in the sewers and shit like that. They're Max and Duke, the two main dogs, their initiation into this group is to get one bite from this Viper, and let's just say what happens to the Viper is kind of graphic and brutal. The end result of what happens to that poor fucking thing. Holy shit! I was like, damn, movie. Also, there's a part. This is a couple of things I can think of that stuck out for kind of like the darker elements. Like, what was that? Oh, that freaking pig. That pig that was named Tattoo. It has tattoos all over it and has like piercings on it, and they explain that the reason why it has all these tattoos is because its previous owner was owned a tattoo parlor, and they basically practiced on this pig. Wow, that's horrible. That is really horrible. Like they would also pierce this pig, and I'm like, wow, like this is animal cruelty for fuck's sake. Like damn movie. Also, uh, it's found out later in the movie that it's kind of getting the spoilers, but whatever. It's a kids movie. Um, where it's found out that what the hell, Duke, the character Duke, the big brown dog, he had a previous owner, and he explains like through like hold on, he explains through exposition that like he had this previous owner, and they show like this previous owner like kind of being older and stuff like that, and you know him growing up with this previous owner, and he talks about, I'm like, oh god, like in my head I'm already thinking, oh god, did he die? Is that why he ended up in the pound? No, he ends up running away because he's chasing a butterfly, because that's what dogs do, and and he gets lost and he can't find his way home, so they find his previous home and like go to see his owner. I'm like, oh god, this is gonna end badly because the dog owner was old, and yeah, guess what? The owner's dead. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was a man. I was like that. I called that pretty goddamn easily. 3D in this movie actually was good too. I do kind of recommend it seeing 3D with a warning though, because there are parts of this movie that was like, ugh, this could be a little bit hard for kids to watch in 3D. Like, there's a scene where the viper's coming right at you, and like the alligator also is coming at you. I said that might be a little frightening for kids. Like, I'm pretty certain I'm not gonna have my sister have my niece see that in 3D, because she probably will be terrified. She's like 2.5 years old, and she probably will be terrified of that. Even I was like, ugh, I don't like seeing that. One thing I kind of did annoy me in this movie was the blatant product placement of other Illumination Studio films in this thing. Yeah, what the fuck? There's a one point they're playing one of the they cut to a person in a car who's playing the song Happy, and if you don't know, Happy came from the movie Despicable Me 2, which like it's like whatever. I noticed that like early on. I'm like, whatever, you know. But then also they're driving a bus at one point, and it has an advertisement for that movie that's coming up later this year, Sing. I'm like, really? and then at the end of the credits, two of the characters dress up for a costume party as one of those bears from the Lorax and a minion, and I'm like, really? I was like, that's just like kind of blatant, like, hey, watch our movies, like, what the fuck, a movie. I know Pixar does that too, but they're not in your face like this movie kind of was. Really in your face like this movie was. That was weird. That was kind of weird. Also, there was like a Minion short in front of this movie. I know my niece is gonna love that because she loves the Minions. It was all right. I'm kind of over the Minions. It was fine for what it was. Like you know what, the Minions are good for like shorts, like stuff like shorts and stuff, not as feature length film. You know, they're characters that work for like short films, like short animated films, and not like feature length films. When they work when they're in spurts, put in spurts, you know, not like all over the place. Yeah, basically American culture has basically made me sick of fucking the Minions. Really, I'm sick of the Minions. If I never see the Minions ever again in a film, I'll be happy. But I know there's a Despicable Me 3 coming out, which I am looking forward to, though. But yeah, that's as far as the movie goes. I recommend it. I do highly recommend it. It's a really funny film that I did not regret watching. It was a really fun film. As far as trailers go, I got the new trailer for Sing. Speaking of that movie, um, it's one of those. It's not my thing. I don't really understand the appeal of it. Like a bunch of animals singing in a singing competition, like pigs, gorillas, all singing and it ran by a koala bear, voiced by all of all people Matt McConaughey, who I didn't again another good like really good at somebody who's really good at disguising their voice. I did not recognize that was Matt McConaughey until the movie told me, the trailer told me that was Matt McConaughey. So props to him, man. I seriously didn't recognize him as the. Once you hear and find out that that's him, you're like, and you hear the character, you couldn't hear it a little bit in the voice, him in a little bit in the voice. So I'll give him props for that, but it's not my thing. A musical, animated musical, whoop-de-doo. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. And also I got a new trailer for Kubo and Two Strings, the new Leica Productions movie. They're the same guys that made Paranorman, Coraline, and the Box Trolls. I've liked all their movies up to this point, other than maybe I wasn't that big of a fan of Box Trolls. I just remember it was like, it was kind of like bland and boring. I maybe I need to watch that again. I haven't seen it like since I first saw it. I just wasn't into that movie that much, as I liked Paranorman, and I really liked Paranorman, and I also liked Coraline. So maybe I need to watch that again. It looks alright. Another one that has Matt McConaughey voicing a character. What the hell? But this one, you can kind of recognize Matt McConaughey doing the voice. It was kind of funny. Two animated movies coming out with Matt McConaughey voicing them. That's weird. So that's as far as trailers go. Any new trailers I got. I'll be back in a few minutes with another review.